guitar. That's how I learned, is sitting on the other side of that thing. So, I grew up and kind of some stuff got a little tough there for a while, just, figuring out how to pay for everything, and there was, times where, maybe our electricity got shut off or didn't have hot running water or, stuff like that, and it got to a point where my dad decided he was going to sell the Martin. The one thing in my house that had not only any kind of like money value, but had so much sentimental and family value, and he decided that he had to sell it so that he could, get some money to provide for us. And don't sell the Martin, we'll figure it out,
Right.
So he sold the Martin, and 6 or 7 years went by or something. And by this time I'm 17 years old. I almost forgot all about it. It was a big deal when he sold it. I said, don't sell it, we'll figure it out. And he sold it. So then, I went about my way. I ended up playing in a metal band and a bunch of stuff. And it was around when I was 16 years old. I really was getting heavy back into bluegrass and listening to Doc Watson a whole bunch. And I didn't even own an acoustic guitar at that time. I was playing electric, and I decided I wanted to get an acoustic guitar again. So I went on eBay, and I'm always looking at elderly instruments, Oh, what did they get? What kind of vintage, some used guitar, And I came across this website that's called Unofficial Martin Guitar Forum website or something. And I was just looking at, used guitars on there. And I came across this, it says D93, and I was like, you don't see those very much, So I clicked on it, and it's my dad's guitar. It's got his wear down by the pick guard. It's got the little cracks in the fretboard binding that I remember. It's got his case, the original case. And this is like 6 or 7 years later, The guitar's been gone forever. And my dad was playing on this, little Sigma that had like terrible action, and I was just, kind of sucked seeing him play that guitar because he deserved the Martin, It's really a great guitar. So I found it online, and I started messaging this guy. It was a good friend, Joe Singleton. He lives in Massachusetts, I think. You see him at Gray Fox all the time. So I messaged him and said, man, this is my dad's guitar. It's been missing. We had to sell it. I'm 17 years old. I don't have any money, but I will figure it out. Please don't sell it to anybody but me. And he said, man, how do I know you're not just a 17-year-old kid that's like, and then, and he said, well, I got people that on eBay that have cash right now and this and that. And I'm saying, I just was typing pages, crying kind of, like I cannot believe this is my dad's guitar. And so he said, all right, if it's really your dad's guitar, I'll save it for you. And then I said, well, how about, can we do a payment plan? And he said, no way, man, And then I convinced him to do that. I think his wife stepped in, Marla, bless her heart, and said, this is special.
Right.
So he ended up letting me send him, $700 for 3 months in a row. $2,100 is what he wanted for the guitar. And I took back pop bottles. I was doing various other ways of getting money, in a small town as a 17-year-old kid, and figured it all out. I sent him $700 on the 3rd of every month, and then he sent me my dad's guitar, and then I drove over to my dad's house and I brought it inside and I sat it on the table. And he was like, I think he was like, oh man, like, get out of here with that. Like, is this some kind of prank or something, And I was like, check it out, you know. And he could hardly open the case, you know. One latch at a time. He just kind of was like, you know, almost crippled by it. And he finally got to open it and just saw the guitar and kind of sat there and started crying. And then he pulled it out and he played John Deere Tractor, Larry Sparks' song. A song that really reminded him of his mom. And she had passed away, you know, in the time that guitar had been away. And that's what my dad said. He said it reminded him of his mother and kind of almost felt like, even though she was gone, like that she was there.
Sure.
And that playing it, you know, it was almost like his way of getting to talk to her again or something. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so now the guitar's back in the family, and it's never leaving us again.
That's great. Amazing that you saw it.
Yeah, my mom she's kind of a like in tune person. I don't want to say psychic, but she always said that it'll come back somehow. She was born on Halloween in 1960. She's a Scorpio, you know. She's got some kind of something going on. And she was right, you know. She said, we'll get it back someday. I don't know how or when, but that guitar's going to come back. And it did. I'm a believer of, you know, energy, and my dad put so much love into that guitar and so much, you know. And that's another reason why I'm so glad that we found it, is because, you know, someday when he's dead and gone, I'll be able to pick up that guitar and talk to him, you know.